Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Tracer001 and we're going to do a little bit of Farm Sim 17 today on the homestead. If you were watching my last episode, we plowed field number 1 and it's all ready for cultivation and then sowing. I think this morning we still have two today and tomorrow sun, so we're going to go ahead now and we're going to get field number 2 created. So I'm going to go over and grab the plow and tractor, and we'll head over and start working on field number 2. And then once that's done, we'll start seeding. One thing I'm starting to do just to get a little bit more immersed in this game actually is drive the quad around more often. Like when I go somewhere, I've always wanted one of these ever since I was a kid. I know it's not the same thing, but okay. So let's grab the plow, hook it up, reset my track IR. Horrible turning radius for this thing. Okay, and let's try to make our way to field number 2. Let's see if I can remember how to get back there now. I should come out and clear some of this, make it a proper path at some point. I think it's this way. Yeah, this is the way to field 1, off to the left. There's that timber frame structure, and we got to come down this way. Man, this is rough. But our John Deere should handle this nicely. Try and get rid of this log, and it's too heavy. I guess I should have came up first with the log fork. Maybe I could just push this out of the way for now. Enough just to get by. And I'll come up later and I'll do a proper job. Oh, and we got another one here laying down too. 2 more. Okay. So well, I'll start at about here and I'll make my way down. Oh, no, I gotta set this first to allow create fields. There we go. Okay. Let's get plowing. Now, how far? You know what? I can always adjust this later. So we'll just turn in and head up this way. It doesn't need to be perfect. And I think I want to go about this direction here, roughly. I do have a GPS mod installed, but I think for this map here, I'm not going to use it. Because I don't think I'd have one in my tractor. These tractors are meant to be kind of old, so... So let's just keep with tradition and keep it simple. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and plow the rest of this out. What I'll probably do is do a few rows and then I'll cut out and we'll come back when it's done. Yeah, I'm not too good on those corners with this thing. So it's not going to be too elegant. Wrong key. That's the key I was looking for. Didn't miss anything. Cool. Although... No, I got that. I think I might need to work on this one a bit before I proceed. It's a little bit on the sharp side. Oh well. I got a funny feeling plowing in real life isn't as fun or as easy as this. This field definitely does seem to be a little bit smaller than the other one. So I'm kind of glad the way the timing worked out. I should be able to get at least 2 of my 3 fields planted this season. I don't think I'm going to have time to sow the soybeans into the other one, into field number 3, because I still got to clear it. But as long as I can get 2 harvests and maybe get some hay and grass off the other one, we should be in good stead. Okay. Just trying to angle this a little bit better, so I can make the corner easier. And I don't want to get jammed up onto a rock. Remember what happened last time? Okay, let's resume the plowing. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to put an order in with the shop for a mower, a loading wagon, and I'm thinking make this corner. And I wonder if that's all I should get, actually. Don't want to go too crazy with equipment up here. It's not a fun time getting it up here. Just do a couple more headlands here, and then I'll start going back and forth maybe. Haven't missed any yet. That's very unlike me. I'm sure by the end of this I'll have missed a few spots. But on the real life farming slash gardening front, I finally we got some basil in our cells that I planted from seedlings, and they're finally about an inch and a half long. So about an hour ago, I just transplanted them, and they look to be coming up really nicely. Got about 11 plants so far. But you know, I planted them. Excuse me. I planted them two seeds to a cell in one of those nine cell square trays. I don't think I'm going to do that next time. I think it's going to be a lot easier if I just do one per cell, because then you're not having to worry about pulling the seed out, separating them, and replanting them again. I'm just taking time. Like, it's okay if I'm just doing 9, but once I start doing this for real kind of thing, it's going to be a time sink. And from what I've seen online from professional high intensity growers, they use 22 by 10 or 22 by 12 flats, and they just put the seeds in one at a time. So I'll probably just do the same thing. One per cell. I meant. And of course I'm noting all this stuff down in my journal, because any sort of mistakes I'd rather make now, while I'm just doing this for preparation purposes, because we're not planning on actually doing this for about 2 years. So make my mistakes now, this year and next year, and then hopefully after that it should be I should have the system down. Once we get about a week or two without snow, it snows a bit, goes away, snows a bit, goes away. It's really getting frustrating, because I'm really trying to get my back garden beds created, because I want to use the same techniques that I'm going to use on the 100-foot beds, but I'm going to do it on a much smaller scale. But I can't get out there because it's all muddy. And that's going to give me time to pick up extra stuff that I need. I got to get some tarps, insect netting, some hoops, flame weeder, and I'm not sure if I'm going to do raised beds or just have it level with the grass. And then we're probably going to have tomatoes in their separate buckets. I was thinking on doing about 6 buckets of tomatoes, and then maybe have 1 or 2 in the ground and see if there's any kind of difference in how they grow. Again, I'm thinking technique. And I didn't know too, oh, excuse me, about suckers. You're supposed to actually prune tomatoes so that they grow bigger, and they get a branch that comes out in between 2 other branches, and it really does nothing but just flowers basically. And by pruning tomatoes, these branches off below your lowest tomato is going to help send all the nutrients and energy up to the tomatoes, rather than these offshoots. And I really didn't know that. I've grown tomatoes before, but not really all that successfully, so I'm hoping, learning this stuff, it's going to be a much different crop this year. And I think we're going to have to get into canning as well. Going to have to learn how to can this year. Okay. Let's lift this up and set up for back and forth direction. Because it would be nice to have vegetables even in the winter. Oh, and that's something else too, season extension. I'm going to try that this year. I'm going to actually put over 2 of my 30-inch beds, probably not necessarily a low tunnel, but a lower mid tunnel, something that I can get into in the winter and be able to work with. because supposedly you can grow things like carrots, spinach. Am I in? There we go. Carrots and spinach and greens. Even in the winter time, they don't grow as much, obviously. There we go. Finally, I got my mist spot. I feel better now. Got a bunch of mist spots. I probably gotta come more to the left when I'm going this way. Okay, no worries. So yeah, that would be kind of interesting to see if that's gonna work out. I've never ever thought about doing any kind of growing over the winter time. But if you can cover them with poly and then cover them with another layer of poly, supposedly the two layers will let you grow or continue to harvest until I think you get down to like minus 26. And I think that's minus 26 Celsius. I'm not sure what that is in Fahrenheit. I don't think it's going to work personally, but you know what? I got to give it a try. Because you just don't know until you try, right? I think I'm going to try and split the difference instead of all this backing up. So I'll go down here, spin around, come down, and then I'll go into the middle, and then I'll do like an oval. That might be a bit more efficient. So how are we doing here? That's good. I'll line up better for this one. So what do you guys prefer when you're watching somebody play farm sim? Do you guys prefer the in-cab, or does it really matter? I know for me, for the simulation factor, I prefer to drive in-cab. But sometimes, you know what, it's kind of cool to get the visuals too. The external view. If you could, just drop me a comment below and just let me know your preference. And actually, I wouldn't mind to know if anybody watching this actually plays this farm sim. I'm also running another map, County Line, which also uses the Seasons mod, and I'm gonna run that one on Twitch, on my Twitch channel, Tracer001, and it's gonna be a multiplayer map. So whenever I go online with that one, I'm gonna go ahead and create a multiplayer session, and it's gonna be on the international server, and the name of the farm is probably gonna be Tracer's Farm. I think County Line. I think just County Line. So if you guys are interested, if you're watching this and you want to do any sort of multiplayer, I wouldn't mind some company. It's a lot more fun playing this with 2 or 3 people. And with that map there, I've actually only got 2 tractors, so really I could only have one other person to start until we get a 3rd tractor. But when I first started that map, I was just doing that single player, so I really couldn't see a need for getting 3 tractors. It was kind of overkill. But if there's interest, I got no problem putting out the money and buying one. So how's that? Yeah, the main reason why I got into this whole online thing is to just make friends, meet new people, and hopefully, you know, get some gaming buddies together and have a fun time online. You know, life's stressful enough, and it's just nice to just unwind. So that's kind of my goal of doing these YouTube videos and also my streaming. I've been watching other streamers do their thing, and they seem to have a really fun time interacting with other people, and also crap, and also doing multiplayer. I'm finally getting back into World of Tanks as well, so if you ever see me on my Twitch channel and I'm doing World of Tanks, just send me a comment or a chat message if you want a platoon, and hey, I got no problem with that. It'd probably be much more enjoyable platooning with somebody. And what I'm trying to do too, I'm trying to get a schedule together. Excuse me, I'm trying to get a schedule together where I list, I think it's on the very bottom right hand pane of my Twitch stream, and I think it's Tuesday nights, Thursday nights, and Friday nights at 6:30 Mountain Time or 8:30 Eastern Time. I'm gonna try and stream those 3 nights for sure, and then ad hoc on the other nights. I've cleared it with my wife so far. She seems to be okay with it, so I think that's good to go. And on the upcoming, I'm not sure what it's called, like the upcoming events thing on the left hand side, I'm gonna try and post there if I know in advance what I'm gonna play. I'll post my games there. So if anybody is interested, they'll be able to go there and see what we'll be playing that night. And you know what? I think I might just keep this video as is, show you guys the entire process in raw format. We're homesteading, so give you the whole thing. And if you guys wouldn't mind too, give me a comment below, let me know if that's a good idea. Would you guys rather have certain tasks cut out of the video, or would you guys rather see the whole deal? Because again, I don't mind doing either. It's just that I've seen other streamers, or sorry, other YouTube people cut things out. And to be honest, I'm one of those people where I'd rather see the whole thing on somebody's stream. That way there you get a much better feel for what they're doing, and I guess the effort that it takes. So I think for this video here, we're coming up to about a half an hour now, so I'm probably just going to just do this one field, and then my next session we'll come back and we'll do some cultivating and then sowing. And then I guess the plan after that is going to have to be to start clearing field number 3 for, I guess, next season. Doing some logging is going to be fun, but I have to admit I'm not looking forward to taking the product through that old trail that I have to use to get back to the main road. Because I think by now the river is thawed out, so I can't use the ice road anymore. This is kind of where things get real, so to speak. And I'll come back afterwards and tidy up that little bit. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, this might be enough room back here to turn around. I wasn't too sure if I was going to go too far or not, but I think that's okay. Yeah, we're just about done this. Okay. Beautiful views though. Man, this is so much different than farming in any of the other maps I've ever seen yet. I'm so glad that the developer developed this map. I've been wanting something like this for a long time. And the seasons map, oh sorry, the seasons mod as well. That's really changed the game for me. I get a much better sense that you're actually farming. Now, keep in mind that comes from somebody who's never farmed before, so. But it's a lot more complicated. You have to watch your temperatures, the seasons, the wetness of your ground. And in the winter, you actually get snow that you can plow, or snow blow. And it's kind of interesting having to do certain things in different seasons only. Sorry for the constant looking back and forth, but I just like to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Whoa, that was close. Lift that up so we can get a bit more speed down here. And let's finish up this little bit. Okay. Drop the plow. Let's do the last few rows. Oh, and also, if you guys have any comments or suggestions on how I can improve or change the format, content, please let me know. Like I said before, I'm a brand new YouTuber and Twitch streamer, so any kind of constructive comments I would really appreciate. And I guess a kind of a weird question or strange question. If there's any farmers out there, how would you guys handle these missed parts? Do you guys know what farmers do in real life? Do they actually come back and do what I'm doing here? Or do they just leave it, for example? Or do they run into trees? No, seriously, I'm not sure how they would handle that. What I'm doing here seems kind of gamey, but then again, would farmers even miss these spots in real life? So if somebody could, just shoot me a comment down below. I'd really be interested to find out. Because I don't think I could even turn this plow. And I think while watching Arthur's stream, Kyle was saying at one point that you actually had to plow in one direction only. You couldn't do what I'm doing here. Something to do with pushing the soil. It's got to all push in the same direction. So with this kind of plow, I don't know how you would do that. Because I've been going crossways and back and forth. Okay, slow her down a little bit, see if we can get this done in one. Or maybe two down at the end. I think this has it for the most part. We'll just need to come back a little bit, I think, for the part I'm going to miss up here. Yeah, no worries. And turn this a bit tighter this time. Yeah, that missed a little bit. Okay. I'm not going to panic about that. We'll swing back one more time. So I'm thinking next year as well. Planning on getting some sheep if I can. I think they're probably the easiest animal to maintain. Just need some water, some hay, and or grass, which I should be able to get off that other field, and then we start producing wool. Okay, let's have a quick look. I think that's got her. I'm pretty happy with that so far. Yeah, that's good. Okay, so field 1 and 2 are now ready for sowing. So let's head back. And get this stuff washed up. I guess it would help if I go in the right direction. There we go. I used to do a lot of 4x4ing when I was younger in my Jeep, and I've been down many a road or many a path like this. Man, this looks really nice. I think I'm going a tad too fast, to be honest. That's better. I should set the cruise for something a bit more realistic, I think. .24 or whatever I was doing just seemed a little bit too fast. there may be 8. I can't see tractors booting around at that speed, to be honest. Okay, let's stop by here and get these washed up. I'll just leave the engine running for now, let it cool down, and jump back in. The other R key. Let's get these washed up. Make Arthur proud. I know he likes clean equipment. And more importantly, I gotta clean off the tractor. Because I guess with the Seasons mod, it lowers your, or actually it increases your maintenance if you put away and store dirty tractors. So, backing this thing up is going to be fun. Well, it seems to go okay if I do it straight, so what if I line it up, go back a bit, and then that's close enough. And actually I'm going to need the cultivator next, and that's going to be back here. So you know what, I'm just going to park the tractor here in the shade. And then I think I'm going to head in for some lunch right now. It's about 11 o'clock. Okay guys, so I want to thank you guys for watching. We got fields 1 and 2 plowed, and my next gaming session is going to be cultivating those fields and then sowing. So thank you very much for watching, and if you liked what you've seen, please shoot me a subscribe, and check me out on Twitch, Tracer001, and I would love a follow there, or pop in if you see me online playing Farm Sim, World of Tanks, any game, and just say hi kind of stuff. So thank you guys very much, and see you in the next video.